What's up guys, TJ here, out riding at Arapahoe Basin today, and we're going to be doing a binding comparison video. So checking out the Union Contact, the Union Force, and the Union Atlas. Basically just going to be swapping the bindings out throughout the day, trying them all on the same snowboard in the same day. I'll start off by talking about a few things that you're gonna get in all three of these bindings. So first off, they are gonna have a lifetime warranty on the base plate and heel cup. They're also gonna have an adjustable heel cup, which is a pretty big deal in my opinion. So basically that heel part of the binding slides in and out, making sure that you're centering your boot over the footbed, really helping to eliminate any heel or toe drag. I think that's a pretty big deal for that feature. You're also going to find magnesium buckles. So one of the first things to go out on bindings is going to be a little bit upgraded, a little bit more durable. All three of these bindings are going to have foam underneath the footbed to help absorb shocks. And they're also all going to have toolless adjustment for the straps. So if you ever need to adjust your straps, you don't have to worry about finding a screwdriver. You can just adjust it on the fly. The Contact is going to be the softest binding out of the group here, and it also has a couple of unique features. Mainly it has a mini disc base plate, so just minimizing the size of that plate where those screws actually bolt the binding to the snowboard. If you guys don't know, where you screw that base plate to the snowboard, it creates a dead zone where the board can't flex. So by minimizing the size of that base plate, you basically just get a little bit of a more natural flex out of the snowboard, and you're also going to get more flex out of the bindings in my opinion. That toe and heel on the Contact does lift up off the snowboard, so it has a more surfy feel to it, and they're a very tweakable pair of bindings. They also have the most foam on the bottom, so the Contacts help to absorb a lot of shocks. If you're doing drops, you're doing a lot of freestyle stuff, or really any situation where you're getting a hard impact on the snowboard, it's going to help to absorb some of that for you. I feel like any situation where you can hear the binding squeak is a good way to test these guys out. So I've really been focusing on tweaking and on carving today. And I think that with the Force, there is a pretty noticeable difference. You know, stepping up to that standard size base plate combined with a little bit of a stiffer binding all around, definitely offering more support in those higher impact scenarios. It just has a little bit more muscle to offer, and definitely a little bit more responsive as well. You're not going to get as much foam underneath the footbed on the Force. There is still some foam under there, but not quite as much as the Contact. I think it's a pretty good kind of do-it-all style binding. It's a pretty good compromise between support and tweakability. Atlas is fairly similar to the Force. There's not as big of a jump going from the Force to the Atlas as there is from the Contact to the Force. If you're into free riding, carving at high speeds, that type of stuff, that's the binding that's probably going to serve you the best, but it's still a solid choice for like a do-it-all binding. You're gonna find upgraded straps. So the Atlas runs Union's Exo frame straps. The biggest advantage with those is gonna be the ankle strap. It's 3D molded, still really responsive, but way more comfortable. So you're gonna get that, and it also features canted footbeds. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a little bit of a slant in the footbed, and it essentially just gives you a little bit more leverage over the nose and tail. It's a little bit easier on your knees and just helps you to control the board a little bit better. You just have to put in a little bit of extra effort to get those tweaks how you want them, but I think it's totally worth the trade-off. You get so much more responsiveness versus the Contact. You just have a much more fine-tuned control over the snowboard. So basically, as you go up in stiffness with your bindings, you're losing tweakability in favor of responsiveness. That's the simplest way I can put it.